Quick question. 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 Quick question.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Quick Question. I am Travis.
And I am Jonathan.
Boy, we got some stuff to get into.
Yeah,
don't
we do.
But let me start off with a question, as usual.
Okay.
Have you ever been in trouble with the law?
Have I ever been in trouble with the law?
Are you a bit of a Duke boy? Or you're making your way the only way you know how, which is just a little bit more than the law will allow.
I've done some rapscallioning.
Oh, I have as well.
Yeah. I've partaken in some tomfoolery.
Oh.
But
I feel tomfoolery doesn't have arresting put to it, right?
Okay. I've never been arrested.
Me either.
But I've had some run-ins with the law.
Really?
I've been cuffed before.
I've never been cuffed. Oh, my God.
Yeah. So the one story that comes to mind, you guys, if you guys have been listening to the show, you know that I was in a fraternity.
Well, that right there just says handcuffs.
Yeah. And there's two instances I will talk about. One, we used to play this card game called Euchre. Euchre. It's kind of like a game. It's almost like Trump. Not Donald, not the fucking idiot. It's the card game, or like spades.
There's no rules, but all the rules are the best rules.
I've never lost. I've never done anything wrong.
I have the most luxurious score. Thank you.
I got the best card games. I do. I get the best card games.
Best card game. Everyone's always telling me. People are talking about it.
So we used to play this game Euchre, and if you lost 10-0 or 13-1. 13-1 is just being a dick because like you're up 9-0 or you're up 9-1, and on the last hand, there's a way in the game you can go solo, which means you tell your partner not to play, and if you win it all, you get 4 points. So if you lose 13-1 or 10-0, you have to do a naked run. We wound up amending the rules, and I was playing with my roommate at the time, Eric Berger. His nickname was Gravy.
Okay, you missed a huge burger.
His nickname was Gravy. It was his house nickname. And we amended the rules, so we wound up losing, and we had to do a naked run. So we had to run out the front door of our house, across the street, through Frat Park, through the second Frat Park, touch the house of the Betas, and then run back. It's like 2 blocks each way. So,
but is it really called Frat Park? Or
yeah,
is
it's called Frat Park. Because the park is just lined by frat houses. We had to run in our underwear, and we had to carry tiki torches, those big lawn torches. And they had to be lit.
Hey, everybody, Travis here with a quick editorial note. I hate interrupting the flow of the show, but we're two white dudes talking about running around a college campus with a lit tiki torch, and I think that should probably be addressed real quick. We recorded this episode on August 10th. That was the day before the Charlottesville protest with all of those fucking racists and their tiki torches. They showed up and they ruined tiki torches for everybody. Fuck them. So we don't get a chance to poke fun at those morons while Jonathan tells his story because that event hadn't happened yet. But I want to make it clear. Our opinion is this. Racism is fucking stupid. Who gives a shit about the Confederacy? They were an enemy to the United States of America, and that's not a heritage. That's a fucking heretic. And fuck their statues. Okay, I think that cleared it all up. I know that would have bothered me if we didn't say something about it. Now, let's get back to having fun. I believe Jonathan was in his underwear and running around. Why don't we all picture that? And let's get back to the show.
Quick question.
So we run out the front door, and we have these lawn torches, and it's like the bar's closed at, in Champaign at 1 a.m., and it's like 1:15 a.m. So like everybody's walking home from the bars, and me and Gravy are hauling ass through Frat Park with tiki torches. And as we're running back,
I just want you to understand the sentence you just said.
So me and Gravy are running through the park with tiki torches. And I was like 19 years old.
So a legal adult.
I should have known better. Mm-hmm. So we're running back through the park, and we're about 40 yards from crossing the street to get back to our house. And 2 squads pull up onto the lawn of the park. Cops come out, basically guns drawn. All these bike cops.
Whoa!
And they're like, drop your torches! And by this time, the torches have run out because we have blazing speed and we dyed them out with wind resistance. So now we're standing there.
Yeah, that's what happens.
So now we're standing there in our underwear. Everybody's like laughing. On the porch of our fraternity house, there's like 40 guys just like laughing their ass off. Well, cutting to the chase, one of the police officers from Champaign was an alumnus of our fraternity. So I was like, he's like, everybody get down to the ground on your days. And they're like, let me see some ID. I was like, does it look like we're carrying any ID?
Where would I keep it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
also, if you
and
were,
I'm pretty sure Gravy at one point they're like, drop the sticks. And Gravy goes, they're actually tiki torches. So then I
way
finally
to mansplain tiki torches.
Yeah. So, and then this one cop goes, Bridgeport? 'Cause that was my nickname. It's that town I'm from in Chicago. And he goes, Bridgeport? I go, Ballard, is that you? And he's like, he goes, get over here, you fucking idiot. So me and Gravy get pulled over into the corner, and he's like, get back in there, put on some fucking clothes, So we got out of it. Nothing happened, but that was my first run in. Well, not my first run in the law, but that was one of the most memorable.
That's a ringing endorsement to be in a fraternity right there.
And the second run in with the law, for those of you who have been listening to the podcast, you guys know that I was in a fraternity.
I was like, wait, we did this.
So I was in charge of running this big charity event called Project Reggae. And, well, let me explain. So one of the guys, before I got in the house, one of the guys passed away from cancer.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
took
see,
a
that'll
real
teach you
dark
to-
turn.
that'll teach you to laugh.
That's unfair.
That'll teach you to laugh.
You call it Project You lead with that, Jonathan.
Well, let me get there. So one of our brothers had passed away, and he was a part of the Make-A-Wish Foundation. So we had this big reggae festival, and it benefited Make-A-Wish Foundation. And there were hundreds and hundreds of people that came to this thing. We had a big stage that set up. There was this band. It was called Charles Casey and the Sunshine Festival Band. And they were like proper Rastas.
Okay.
And they put on a show.
The only ones probably in your area, right?
Well, dude, I think they came down from like northern Illinois. Like it was a big hike.
Again,
yeah.
probably the only one in the area.
The area meaning like the tri-state area.
Yes, exactly.
So they came down and they always got nice and smoked up in the room and then they
Wait, Rasta guys?
Yeah, believe it or not.
What? Reggae
Yeah.
reggae musicians like weed?
Seriously,
That's
who
weird.
knew?
Way to buck the trend, guys.
So they were playing, and then I was pretty intoxicated, and I said, "All right, guys," because cops were kind of it was towards when we had to shut the party down, and there were cops standing outside the fence, and I go, "All right, guys," I'm on the mic, and I'm like, "Cops are here. We got one more song, and we're done." And the cops kind of give me the nod. So Charles Casey goes all out, makes this amazing song. And I may be wrong, but I'm fairly certain I had a bottle of Captain Morgan in my back pocket of my jeans.
I'm going to tell you right now, you definitely did.
So they finished that song, and apparently I didn't remember going on stage the first time and saying we have one more song. So I go, "All right, guys, the cops are here, but that doesn't matter. We got one more song." And that's when the cops were like, "Nope," and they kicked the fence down, and they went on stage, and that's when they put my hands behind my back. And as I dropped the mic, one of our other very, very just crass, kind of the dickhead of our house, grabs the mic and he starts screaming, "Fuck the police! Fuck the police!"
No.
And then the cops are like, "You're going to jail for inciting a riot." And I didn't go to jail, but I did have to write a perfectly worded apology letter to the city of Champaign, to the police department, to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Yeah, it was a big deal.
It's like being in trouble. It's literally being in trouble at school. You need to write an apology letter to get out of being in trouble with the police.
I wrote like 6 fucking letters.
That's it? And then you're done?
Yeah, I was done.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, nothing happened. It was like 10 o'clock at night, and we.
Oh, I thought it was much later.
No,
10 o'clock?
Yeah, it was like 10.
Come on.
Maybe 11 or midnight. But
Come on.
Yeah.
Champagne police force. You can give them a little
I
bit
know.
after 10.
Cut us a little slack.
Come on, it's for Make-A-Wish. Don't you know?
Prioritize.
Jesus Christ.
People are sick.
I'm saying, like, you show up and you hear it's called Project Reggae. You're like, oh, a bunch of stoned college kids. Oh, it's for Make-A-Wish.
Benefiting the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Let them give them till 10:30.
So I'm going to ping pong this back to you. You ever been in trouble with the law?
Well, since the day I was born. Actually, what made me think of this was we recently went bowling at...
we went to Pins.
We went to Pins.
Yeah.
Shout out to our friend and listener, Alicia. I'm technically not supposed to be in that building. I am...
What, like
that whole area.
The whole complex?
Yes, I am banned from that complex and have been for some time now.
Well, okay. How does one get banned from a bowling alley?
Funny you should ask. As a younger man, I was very industrious. I had 2 jobs. Served hot dogs.
You're a hustler.
I was. Served hot dogs by day.
Like a baller.
Guarded Jerry's Deli by night. Like just living that dream that I really, really wanted.
I mean, the only thing I want to know is like, did you have like the utility belt with like flashlight and like stuff on there?
I was moving. I did have that job. I actually was a uniformed security guard at another place, but I'd quit that job because the Jerry's job paid more.
Gotcha.
It also played more.
As it were, it was an opportunity to move up the ladder.
It sure was,
Moving up the corporate ladder.
Chasing that security dream. Just, I can get this. I can do this, Dad. Just let me do it. I'll find my way. No, actually what I wore, you had to wear black pants and a black shirt, and then they didn't even give us like a Jerry's Deli shirt or sweatshirt. So I'd have to take like a to-go sticker and stick it on my
God, that is hysterical.
To show that I worked there. So that's
amazing.
So it was my job to guard the area. Let me tell you what that meant from midnight to 8 a.m.
Making sure no one steals the salami.
No, that was the least of our problems.
Okay.
I basically had to go into the parking lot, knock on the windows and go, "You can't fuck here." That's basically all I did. Is because there's a giant parking lot in that area, and at that hour,
lots of fucking in the old Jerry's lot.
Oh my God, people want to
lots of love making.
People want to go spend too much for a subpar sandwich and then fuck in the parking lot.
Hey, you want to go to Jerry's Deli, maybe bowl a few games, then go fuck in the lot?
Only after we have a mile-high tuna fish sandwich.
Gross,
right? Awful, just awful. So that was mostly my job. Every now and then I'd have to, I don't know, tell someone to leave. But mostly I sat in a van and played the bongos. Remember the bongos you played in our opening theme?
Yes. By the way, that wasn't Dave Grohl.
That was Jonathan Sadowski.
I'm an amateur bongist. I don't know. I say things.
Yes, those are words that you said. I got that during the time I worked there, and I would just sit in the security van and play bongo. Like I was a weird dude. Like I was definitely not a good security guard.
What's weird about being a security guard at Jerry's sitting in a van playing the bongos?
Nothing. Sounds totally normal, right? Totally normal. So there was a group of kids who would always come in, usually around 2 a.m. They were probably maybe only 4 or 5 years younger than me, but they were kids as far as I was concerned at the time. I was like 24, so they were 20.
Okay.
And they never bought anything.
Those damn rascals.
Exactly, right? Also, too, like, look, even being a Jerry's Deli security guard goes to your head real fast. You're like,
I am the law.
So they'd come in. I don't think they ever ordered anything. They would just like sit in the back booth and just get like free water and like get a plate of pickles, which they give you anyway for sitting down. And there was this one guy named Kane, or at least that's what he said his name was. And he had like 2 lip rings that made it look like he had vampire teeth coming out of his face. He always gave everybody his business card, which is how I knew his name was Kane. And it was written in this like dripping blood font.
Oh boy.
No phone number, no like position. It just said, he just hands you a card that said Kane.
That's just like somebody who found a box of those business cards and decided to take on that persona.
Right. That's probably exactly what happened. Because there's no way this guy had money for it. So those kids were always around. I don't know what they did. My girlfriend at the time was also a waitress there, which is one of the reasons I took the job. It was like, oh, I get to secretly see my girl. Dumb plan. Just a dumb plan all around. So these kids leave, and under the table where they were sitting was this like weird looking cylinder. It was covered in like black electrical tape. So I unwrapped it, and it was like this white, almost looked like a magic marker, like those metal magic markers.
Yeah, like the thick ones.
Yeah. So I was holding it and like looking at it, and then there became this big debate about what this was. My working theory was it was a giant canister of Banaka.
Oh, it was a canister.
Well, it
not just a cylinder. It had a nozzle.
Yeah, it had one of those little.
It had a nozzle.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So this was the working theory that everyone had. I had giant Banaka. The cashier believed it was travel hairspray, and someone else said they didn't know. Those are the only 3 working theories we had. So I decided, well, there's only one way to know for sure, and that's to spray it.
Oh boy.
So I almost spray this in my mouth.
Oh boy.
Because I'm so convinced it's Banaka that I'm going to go, no, look, and I was going to go right into my face. There was something in the back of my mind that said probably not the best choice. So I turned it around, and I'm sitting at the counter area, and I spray it out, and it shoots out this white, misty stream easily 20 feet in front of me. Just goes, like just shoots out. And then instantly I'm going, I
For you guys can't see, but he was actually clutching his chest. When
That's true. I'm clutching my chest, and like it doesn't matter how hard I'm trying to suck in, no air is coming into my lungs. None. I cannot breathe.
It's like gas.
Well, we'll get there.
Oh boy.
So I can't breathe, and I start to panic. And then once it kind of like dissipates a little bit, I get like and I start laughing because I think I'm an idiot. I almost sprayed this in my mouth. That would have killed me. Right? So I think we're done. I think that's it. I almost have a little incident where I kill myself, but I don't, and everything's fine. The other servers start walking by this area. Anytime they walk by it, they go, they start grabbing their, they almost drop the tray of food. Everything becomes a problem. And I'm like, oh shit, that's bad. Then the ceiling fans pick up whatever it is, and it starts circulating through the whole restaurant.
Oh boy.
Now everyone in the restaurant is kind of going, they're having trouble breathing. Now, there was this table of giant bodybuilders who came in and ate egg whites all the time. They just came in and ordered every egg white.
As they do.
Right. At 2 a.m, as you do, after a night
After a workout.
I don't know what they did, because they always looked like they were dancing. Like they looked like they had come from a dance place to eat egg whites. I was never sure what that world was.
Bottle service and egg whites, yo. Bottle service and egg whites.
Egg whites with the sparklers coming off of it. So I heard them say, it was that motherfucker, and he thinks it's funny. And I went, uh-oh.
Time to go.
Time to go. So I went, and I believe there is still a giant dumpster in the parking lot of Jerry's. I went and hid in that dumpster. I went and climbed inside of it and lowered it down.
You hid in a dumpster? Travis.
I was in.
Why didn't you just leave?
Because I had just inhaled what turned out to be bear repellent, and I wasn't thinking properly.
You sprayed bear spray.
Yes.
Bear mace.
Yeah.
In a restaurant. For those who don't know, bear repellent is much worse than pepper spray. Because if you spray pepper spray at a bear, it just goes, I'm a bear. Fuck you. This is meant to repel bears.
So I'm like, the way I remember it, like I have a banana peel on my head and I'm sitting like, in this dumpster forever and waiting to watch everybody leave. I should have left myself. You're 100% right. Were I to repeat this incident, I would just leave. So I climb out of the dumpster. One of the cooks, who does not know my name, I didn't know anybody there except the other security guards and my girlfriend. He goes, hey man, manager's looking for you. And I was like, shit. So I come up and the guy goes, what the hell did you do? And I went, I found this canister on the ground and I don't know what it was. And I sprayed it and it went like, he goes, where is it? And I went, I got rid of it. And he goes,
I disposed of the evidence.
And he goes, where is it? And I pull it out. And then Kane with the lip rings goes, oh, hey man, that's my bear repellent. Like
fucking Kane.
Kane had dropped the bear repellent at his table and had come back to look for it and kept it wrapped in like black tape so that no one would see it at night.
Or because he's a wannabe vampire.
That too, also very much, yes. So the manager starts screaming at me. He's like, you need to get out of here. You're done here. Again, I'm like 20 something. I'm like, what? Well, you think I fucking did this on purpose? Almost put it in my face. I don't fucking
I love that, like boasting about your ignorance is going to like level the playing field. Do you know what I almost did with this? You're kicking me out? I almost ate this. Yeah. And you're kicking me out.
Who's the idiot? Who's the idiot here? Me or you? It's you, because you're kicking me out for being dumb. So you're stupider. So I start doing the finger in the chest to the guy.
Oh, boy.
I'm like, oh, fuck you. I don't fucking need this job. Fuck this place. I'm fucking leaving. I get in my car. I throw in a black flag tape. I play it in like mind-shearing volume. I fucking do a tour around the parking lot as fast as I can. Flip the place.
Just peeling out, leaving some smoke behind you.
Yeah, in my parents' car. Okay, so let's it's not like I was doing so great I could afford my own vehicle.
Yep.
So I flip the place off, drive away, just giving it the middle finger, and I cut up to get back on the freeway to go see my parents where I live, and sirens are going off.
That is the sound of the
Right.
police.
Yeah. So I'm like, typical. I'm going to get a ticket for driving too fast.
You unload one canister of bear spray in a restaurant.
What? It's just like I can't.
Come on, like you've never done it.
Come on. It's not like I'm running in the nude with a tiki torch,
yeah.
you know. So I'm like, okay. So I turned the car off. I'd been pulled over before. I knew how the tickets go. So then I look, and the cops are out of the car, guns drawn. And they're like, get out of the car, motherfucker, like screaming at me.
Please tell me you didn't spray the bear spray.
I don't have the bear spray.
Oh, Kane, that's right. Kane took the bear spray.
Yeah, Kane took it back. So I opened the door, and I'm like, what's going on?
Can I help you, officers?
Then, so the helicopter puts the spotlight on me. And I go, is all this for me?
Wow, guys. I don't even know what to say.
So I feel so impressed. So they have the guns out, pointing them at me. I didn't know this about when you have guns pointed at you. Your hands involuntarily go up.
Yeah.
Like it's not.
Yeah.
I think they were still screaming for me to put my hands up, and I was like, oh, they're up, dude. They are up. They come, they take me, they throw me against the trunk of my own car. And as a security guard, I had but two things, a flashlight, which I'd left there, and a little utility knife, which I had on my belt. And they go, he's got a knife! And they grab the knife and they throw it into the bushes. Now, during this time, my girlfriend who worked there knew that I'd driven off in a huff, and she'd come puttering along in her Subaru Justy to come get a shot at, like, what, you know, try and catch up with me to see what's going on. So she's like, pulls over. I know him.
Oh,
That's
boy.
what she says.
Get your hands up.
Yeah. Get back in your car. And she just screams, gets back in her car, and drives away. So they eventually stand me up and they go, do you know how fast you were going? And I was like, well, yeah, what happened? It was really bad. And I think I got fired from my job and there was bear repellent. And I'm trying to tell these guys this whole story. And the cops are just looking at me, just uninterested. Now I'm wearing a sweatshirt that I put my Jerry sticker over, but under the Jerry sticker, which is now gone, is the Black Flag logo of a band that hates the LAPD. Hates
Black
them.
Flag.
Yeah, Black Flag. It's an old punk band from
Okay.
the 80s. They notoriously went to war with the LAPD. They had all kinds of problems with them. So I'm telling these guys my sob story. Oh, that he fired me, and it's the mean night manager, not the nice night manager. Like, I'm telling them all of that stuff because a lot of the cops would come in there. So I figured they must know who I'm talking about. And the guy just hears me going on, and he finally just goes, So, Black Flag, huh?
Black Flag, are we?
Yeah. And I went, yes, sir. I'm sorry. I'm sure you're not a fan. And he goes, I saw him live in '84. Who the fuck do you think I am? Like,
That's amazing.
he goes, don't drive like an asshole. Get back in your car. Go home. We're not going to add insult to injury. Don't spray shit you find on the ground.
Seriously,
And
dude.
that was my big, like, run in with the law.
Wow.
And then
You're a renegade.
since then, because I did the bear repellent, because I hit the guy in the chest with my finger, they were like, you are not welcome on the property.
You know what, Trev? I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody that was around
I know
during that
they're
incident
not-
is
yeah.
still working at Pins and or Jerry's Deli. Can you imagine if you walked in when we were about to bowl and they were just like, you out?
They were like, they'd been waiting, you know, and the same manager was like, I thought I told you in '94.
You're not welcome around these parts. Thought I told you you're not welcome around these parts.
So other than that, I mean, I've had a couple tickets here and there, but I'm remembering now the other big run-in I had with the law was when I tried to help my friend move up to Seattle. So he wanted to move from Los Angeles to Seattle. He did not pack for this very well. Like, it was like midnight the night he was supposed to leave, and he was like, I probably should pack up my stuff. I'm like, you're not going for a trip, dude. Like, you're leaving your life here. So we crammed everything into the car, and I was convinced that we were going to get to Seattle in like 8 hours. That's how I was going to drive to get us there.
Yeah, that will get you just past San Francisco.
Yeah, it's a 20-hour drive. It's an 18 to 20-hour drive. But I was driving, I don't know how fast because the needle on my car only goes to 140, and it was past
God.
that. Just flying. So much so that truckers called the cops on me. Truckers are like, there's an idiot on the 5 going way too fast, and someone needs to stop him. So I pull in for a rest stop because I've been flooring it now at this point for like 4 hours and I need to pee. And as I pull into the rest stop, a cop car pulls up because they couldn't catch me because
They could have, but it would have been unsafe for them to try to catch you.
But they'd only heard about me. They hadn't gone looking for me.
They'd only heard
They'd
about
only heard about me. So they pulled me over.
I'm the Star-Lord.
Yeah. Oh, here comes bear repellent Clark. So I pull into the rest stop. Highway Patrol puts on his lights. And he goes, okay, we've been getting calls about you all night. What the hell are you doing? And I was like, oh, my buddy's moving up to Seattle. And he looks in the back seat and he sees a giant box of Heineken in the back seat. He goes, so what's in the box, guys? And I went, oh, there's an iguana in there. And he goes, all right, let's open up the car. Opens up the car, opens up the big Heineken box, and there's my buddy's pet iguana. And he goes, I thought you were being a smart ass. And I went, why would I pick an iguana of all the things to say if I was going to be a smart ass? So because I didn't lie about there being an iguana in the thing, he just gave me a gnarly speeding ticket. But he
didn't clock you.
That was a thing. Well, yeah, now that you're thinking, yeah.
You might want to call someone.
Well, it was a long time ago. But yeah.
It was a long time. It was a different life.
Hey,
it was a different me.
I was a different guy.
It was a different guy back then.
But yeah, he told me, he's like, I could have arrested you for reckless driving, but let's just say you were doing 90. And I was like, oh, that sounds great.
Yeah, see, here's, like, with me, I've always been the kind of kid that I don't tend to break rules. I don't tend to cause a ruckus. I love to have fun. I mean, yes, I break some laws.
But rules are sacrosanct. But I won't touch
like,
those.
Yeah, like, I'm saying, like, yes, everybody drives fast, Like, I don't run red lights, but I tend to go over the speed limit sometimes on the freeway. But I'm not
allegedly prank call.
Yeah. But but I'm not the kind of guy that like goes out looking to like cause, what do you call it? Like mayhem.
Civil unrest?
Yes, I don't do that.
Well,
there's people that do that.
Yeah,
like, I'm not
yeah.
one of those guys.
So you're what you're saying is you're not a graffiti artist. You're not walking around writing Sadowski 23 at Sadowski 23 all over the walls.
Not.
Yeah.
No, I don't do that. Like I've done some stupid shit as a kid that I regret doing, and it's just like I said, it goes back to our whole conversation about trying to fit in and stuff like that. But me as a person, I tend to walk to toe the line of straight and narrow. I don't like I don't like causing mayhem.
I think I, at one point, did, but a very mild version. It was just a way to be like, notice me. The negative attention gets you more than, like, the positive things I'm doing, no one's noticing. So what if I stole a ring from Magic Mountain? Would you like me now?
Yeah, and, like, there was kids in my neighborhood in Chicago that, they called it bombing.
What's that?
And they would go out and they would just, like, put bombs under people's cars and blow them up.
Oh, my God.
I'm totally kidding.
Okay.
That they called it bombing, and it's like for a Halloween you'd go out with like eggs and you'd throw first off what you do is you bury your eggs 2 weeks before Halloween.
Oh my God!
So you'd buy a couple cartons of eggs and you bury them 2 weeks before Halloween so they spoil, and then
you can just leave them out.
Yeah, but when you they're burying them for some reason. That's what you did. That way no one would find your parents.
There's a bunch of kids going, "Where did I put those eggs?" Looking around in the yard.
Yeah, and they would go out and they would just like throw eggs at cars and people, and and I was just like. That never appealed to me, I think the whole herd aspect of it did because everybody in my neighborhood was a bunch of fucking dickheads. And, not dickheads. There's actually a lot of cool guys, but they were just assholes.
But what I remember you telling me is everyone in your neighborhood knows each other. So how the hell do you get away with stuff like that?
But cars driving by.
Gotcha. So not
buses.
People that you're like.
It's like, or like there's that one person whose house you would TP, instead of toilet paper, they'd hit the house with, 1,000 spoiled eggs. And it's just
sounds great.
Yeah. But that never appealed to me. It's just like, I think I have too much of a sweet spot in my heart for that.
God, I just remembered a thing I used to do.
Uh-oh.
That I honestly I used to do the mailbox baseball thing.
Really?
Like a lot.
Oh, Trav.
Like a lot. To the point where someone should have beat my ass. Like someone should have hurt me. I don't even want to tell the story because it's not like I'm proud of it, but there was there's one house we did numerous times to the point where like they had one of those mailboxes that was shaped like the house. And we at 19 thought that was just too stupid. So we would go by and hit it with a baseball bat till it shattered. So then they ordered a new one and we came by and we shattered that one. And then I mean, I'm thinking about it now as a homeowner, as an adult.
Yeah, you're a criminal.
Criminal, sure, but also, just what a fucking asshole.
You were a criminal asshole.
Yeah, that's actually a federal offense now that you...
Is it really?
Yeah, because that's technically federal property, a mailbox is.
Really?
Yeah, inside a mailbox is federal property. That's why stealing mail is a federal crime, because you're going inside.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Shit, maybe I shouldn't be saying... This is allegedly a thing I
Allegedly,
read.
prank call.
Prank call. So this one house that had the thing shaped like it, we went back one time on a rainy day, and we hit this house several times already. Their nice thing was gone, and that was just a cardboard box that was sagging in the rain.
Ugh.
And we hit it with a baseball bat.
Oh God,
we are the worst,
terrible human beings.
People.
Yeah, I feel bad for. Like I said, I feel bad for people when I do something I know I shouldn't have done. I feel bad for the person who I affected. You know.
I should have. I don't know. You know what? I think it was going back to your herd mentality thing. I was hanging out with
the wrong crowd.
Yeah.
You know, my mother, who's in town. By the way, my mom's in town today, and it was my niece's birthday.
Your mom.
And she is cooking Italian dinner for all of us tonight.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Travis came over and took one step into the place and
I went
canceled his plans.
Yeah, yeah, I'm going to cancel that thing tonight. I'm just going to hang out here.
Canceled his plans. But my mom always said. And she got it from her mom, who got it from her mom. It's almost like a family heirloom quote. She always says, tell me who you hang with, and I'll tell you who you are.
You've said that before. That's a really great...
I love it.
Yeah.
I love that quote. Tell me who you hang with, and I'll tell you who you are. And listen to this story. I didn't tell you this one. I had a run-in the other night.
With the law?
Not with... Well, I called the law.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
You don't want to mess with me.
No, you don't.
I got a quick 911 thumb.
You got a quick couple of things. That doesn't sound right. I'm sorry. That does not sound right.
So my parents were in town, and I had Melissa's sister and her kids staying in the guest house. So I couldn't really let my dog run around the backyard because my dog is a bitch and she eats things and people. She's
literally a female dog.
Yes, she is. But she's also she's just a mean dog, and she doesn't like anybody except for Melissa and I. So I take Moxie for a walk. It's like 9:30 at night.
Okay.
So I take her for a walk, and I go through the park by our house, and there's these like skateboarders throwing bottles.
Oh my God. These fucking kids have been a real problem in the neighborhood.
Wait, so you know about these kids?
I know about them because there's shattered glass everywhere, and I walk my dog also in our neighborhood. I'm always having to look out for
they're throwing bottles, and I mean, I don't know if they were throwing them at me or throwing them, but they were throwing them in my general direction.
Oh, that is a new wrinkle in this.
So I stop with Moxie, and I thought about it, and my temper got the best of me, so I scream, "What the fuck you guys doing? Knock it the fuck off!" And
I thought you were going to go, Moxie, sick balls, and just let it go.
Wait.
Oh.
So then one guy decides he's going to be a tough guy. And so I have my dog on my leash, and this guy starts walking towards me. So I said, Moxie, sit. And she sits down, and she has her tail standing straight out, just like sizing this guy up. And the guy gets about 20, 30 yards away, and I go, get him. And Moxie snarls and lurches, and this guy jumps so fast and like starts running backwards. And I have her, I didn't let her go leash go. I go, keep coming. I go, let's see who walks away from this one. Come on, keep coming at me.
Oh.
And then he runs back to his friends, and that's when I pulled out my phone and I called 911, and I told him there was these punks in the park, but like, who does that shit? Like, just to sit around with your friends throwing glass bottles in a park, you know? And you know what? It's not even, I walk through parks, I walk around neighborhoods, like even in Santa Monica, the homeless people, the people in the encampments, they're like, hey man, how you doing? They'll say hi to you. Have a nice night. You too, bud. Have a great night. All that stuff. You know who it is? It's the yuppie skateboarding kids.
Right.
Who are breaking bottles and causing a ruckus. I literally just turned into an old man in front of all of you.
No, you turned into as an adult. I mean, when you're the kid, right? I was never a throw. No, I was. I threw a glass.
This has
bottle.
been another episode of Contradictions with Travis Clark.
I just remembered a time when I was skateboarding with my friends and I found a glass bottle and I was like, I'm going to throw this bottle. And my friends were like, no, don't do that. And I was like, no, it's going to be awesome. I'm a terrible throw. And so I throw the bottle because I want it to hit like a brick wall.
Yeah.
I missed the brick wall, which is not easy to do, by the way, because it's a brick wall and it hits the side of a car.
Yeah.
Right? And so I'm like, oh, oops. The only car in the whole parking lot that someone's sitting in.
Oh my God.
So the guy gets out and like goes, what? Basically Sadowski's me. Goes, what the fuck are you doing? And I turn around, all my friends are gone. They're like, later. and I'm like, and I leave and I catch up to them. I'm like, why did you guys leave? They're like, cause you're a fucking idiot. That's why we left.
Yeah, that's my thing. Like, I have no problem leaving people. That's another thing. It's like, if you're doing something that I'm just like, I don't know if I'm an empath or what, but like I get like, or not an empath, but like I get like weird like spidey senses in certain scenarios.
That's an empath, right?
Yeah.
Where you're sensing like other people's shit? Or?
Yeah, I sense other people's shit, but I also get a sense of like,
what do you like?
Nothing, like I shouldn't be here right now.
What are you like, a medium? Call back.
So I just know when there's like I was at a party in college one time and I was just like, I go, this is just not a good place. Like everybody was doing things that was like not good. And I was just like, I told my buddy, I was like, I got to get out of here. And sure enough, I leave and 5 minutes later, cops came and like raided this party.
Right.
And it's just like, I just know I get the tingles. Do you ever get the tingles?
Not for that reason, but yeah, I get some tingles.
Yeah. Just like spidey senses.
Yeah. Hair on the back of your neck kind of stuff. The kind of like,
just is like not a good idea.
Yeah. And that's when I'm usually going like, that's usually right after I've thrown a glass bottle. And I was like, I don't know if this was a good idea.
I've gone skydiving and I didn't second guess myself. I never went like, maybe I shouldn't be doing this.
You've been skydiving?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
13,000 feet, jumped out of a plane.
There goes the season finale of a quick question that I was planning.
The 1 minute podcast?
Yeah, I was going to go like, hey, you ever been skydiving? I was going to go skydiving. It's just going to be us screaming
You're
for a
kidding
minute.
me.
That's what I wanted to do.
You would go skydiving with me?
Fuck yeah, I would.
Brandy would kill you.
Oh, she absolutely would. But that's marriage.
Dude,
It's you challenge one another.
It's a give and take.
Yeah.
It's a to and fro, ebb and flow.
Look, you like sewing, I like jumping. You know, that's just how it works.
I like skydiving's amazing.
I imagine. I mean,
it's incredible. No, it's incredible.
I've bungee jumped is the closest I've come.
Imagine bungee jumping and falling for a minute.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's a 1-to-1. I'm saying it's the closest I've come.
The most amazing thing about skydiving is that as you're falling like I said, you go from 13,000 feet to 5,500 feet in 60 seconds.
Jesus.
And the ground just doesn't get any closer.
Right.
You don't realize how high you actually are. You're like, your eyes can't perceive the ground getting closer. It's weird.
It's because the Earth is flat and we're all living.
The Earth is flat. Yeah,
behind a giant ice wall.
Don't even get me started on those fucking
spotlight.
people. Hey guys, I'm gonna settle this argument right now.
Okay, let's do it.
Vaccines do not cause autism, and the Earth is not flat. There you go.
Wow, unpopular opinion. That's a bold choice to make. There.
They don't.
Next thing you're going to tell me climate change is real. Get out of here with your pseudoscience, you son of a bitch.
Get out of here with your logic.
What do you think you're doing here?
What do you think you're doing?
Who do you think you're talking to? I like how we went from have you been in trouble with the law to breaking the laws of physics. Like we just like, let's jump out of a plane.
But jumping out of the plane is crazy. And aside from Brandy killing you to like if you did that, which by the way, I have the video here. Do you have a VCR?
No, I don't have a VCR.
Yeah, if you know a place I can get a VCR converted to DVD, I
actually do.
Okay, yeah. I need to get because I have a tape of me going skydiving.
So it was not recent.
Oh, this was in college. I did a lot of stupid shit in college.
But got the footage. I mean, that's impressive.
Oh, yeah. So I have a video, and me and my cousin Danny, we went from Champaign to Skydive Chicago.
That's the name of the area?
It's called Skydive Chicago.
Because that's all that happens?
It's kind of outside of Chicago. I want to say it was like in Aurora or something. I could be wrong.
Wait, is Skydive Chicago a company or a town?
No, it's not a town called Skydive Chicago.
That's what I thought you were telling me.
Where are you from? I'm from Skydive Chicago.
What do you do? I'm a farmer. What?
No, it's the name of the company. It's called Skydive Chicago.
Now I get it.
Yes.
I realized I was making a bad assumption.
Where are you from? Long Beach Aquarium.
Oh, really? What do you do there?
I'm a farmer.
These weird farm towns.
So we drive up to Skydive Chicago, and we skydive, and it was awesome. I definitely double clutched a little bit in the plane. I was like, took a deep breath, and I was like, I'm scared.
Double clutched?
I was like, oh my God, I'm scared. Like you see me take a deep breath, and you see the fear kind of wash
over.
Oh,
this is on the video.
Oh, they videotaped me like getting into my uniform on the plane all the way up, like strapping into my instructor. Oh, it's a whole video. It's a whole thing.
Wow.
Oh yeah, you paid extra for it. And then a guy jumps out of the plane with you, and he's like by himself with a camera.
And this is pre-GoPro. Like that had to be like some
handheld.
Yeah,
He literally had a handheld.
That's a skilled cameraman.
Oh yeah, no, this guy had a handheld. So we.
How do you train for that job?
I know, seriously. I want to be a skydive videographer. So
You got to finish your Wheaties first, Timmy.
we jump out of the plane, get in the car, we're like exhilarated. We drive home, and I go to my mom, and I was like, Mom, so you know how I told you I wanted to go skydiving? She's like, you're not fucking going skydiving. I go, well,
That is like, you've done your mom impression before. Having met your mom now, dead on.
Thank you,
That
buddy.
is exactly
Thanks,
what
man.
she does. Like, I was just like, okay, I do a version of my mom too. No, that is how your mom curses like a sailor.
Oh, yeah.
And screams.
Yeah.
Like, but with love,
With gusto.
Yeah,
And- yeah.
yeah. It's amazing.
So I go, Mom, remember how I told you I wanted to go skydiving? You're not going fucking skydiving. I go,
You don't need that shit.
get the fuck out. You're gonna kill me. You're gonna put me in the grave. This fucking kid kills me. So I go I have
Perfectly good airplane. Why would you jump out of it?
so I have this tape, and I go, Mom, this is the welcome tape. Like this is like the information packet they send you. And I put the tape in.
Oh, you asshole.
And I put the tape in, and it's the first shot is me going out of the plane, and my mom blanches. I mean, she started sweating instantly. She grabs her heart. She starts crying. She starts beating the ever-loving shit out of me, slapping me. I can't stop laughing. And then my dad comes home, and then I put the tape on for my dad. You met my dad.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
like kind of a laid-back guy.
Yeah.
So I put the tape on for my dad. I go, yeah, this is the welcome video, Dad. I put it on, and he sees me jumping out of the plane. He just goes, huh, you got some fucking balls. You got some balls.
I like that she's upset because it's not really a cliffhanger. Like, you know how it
I know, I
ends.
made it.
You're there.
Yeah.
You're like, it's not.
But she can't.
I
Like,
got
just
you.
yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
Your mom is very in the moment. She's a very
She's
present.
present.
Yes, that's exactly.
She's a
what
very
I was-
present
yes,
person.
Yeah.
Yeah. So aside from Brandy killing you if you want to go skydiving, Melissa recently. So I have this thing I really want to do. It's nothing crazy. I want to get my pilot's license.
Oh, for a plane, for a yeah.
For a helicopter. Guess what, Trev? I am a certified helicopter pilot.
Well, that's the guy I want to fly with.
So yeah, I want to get my pilot's license and I want to fly a plane.
I will fly anywhere with you.
Thank you. And
Yeah.
Melissa's like, you're not doing it. She's like, I like refuses, and it might end our relationship if I do it.
What?
I don't know, but I'm still gonna do it.
I've flown to Catalina. I've flown a plane to Catalina.
Yourself.
I was with somebody who owned the plane, and I was a teenager, and he let me fly it.
Okay.
And that I held the sticks and I didn't crash us.
So you held the sticks for roughly
10 minutes. I flew that plane, Jonathan.
Yeah.
It was me.
For all intents
How
and
dare you.
purposes, I flew that fucking plane. So,
What kind of? Do you want to have the plane or like a?
yeah, no, like, 'cause
Are you hoping to get like a jet fighter?
I want to own my own jet, but I want to fly my own Cessna. Oh. Yeah. Think about that, Trev. I'll be like, hey, you want to get some dinner in San Francisco tonight?
Yes,
And then we just fly to San Francisco.
Oh my god, I love it. You get the plane, I'll get the boat, and then we'll be We'll be our own armada.
Well, I told Melissa, I was like, I've conquered land. Mm-hmm. I've gone scuba diving, and I've conquered the sea. And there's only one thing left for me, baby.
The air,
Got to
baby.
conquer the air.
Oh.
So I'm in the car with my mom, my dad, and my Uncle Lawrence. And I said, Melissa was in the car too. And I told my parents, I really want to get my pilot's license. And my dad's like, you're an idiot. And Melissa's like, Mary Rose, do you believe what he's saying? You're not getting your fucking license. And I go, my Uncle Lawrence is a very smart, very logical man. Just very kind of like even keeled. And I said, Unc, what do you think? He goes, well, you know what, John? He goes, I wanted to get my pilot's license when I was a kid too. I think you should do it.
Yes.
That's what and I was like, you know what? And maybe I just keep it a secret and get my pilot's license.
Well, yeah, look, what you do in your free time is your own damn business.
Exactly.
Because there's one law that trumps all law.
The law of...
Sky law.
Oh, by the way, this podcast is brought to you by Sky Law. It conquers all.
So, to review.
I've had a couple run-ins with the law, but I've never been arrested.
I've done some really dumb things and luckily have also not been arrested, but I am married to a fugitive.
Don't follow the herd mentality. Be your own you.
Show me who you're hanging out with.
And I'll show you who you are. I want to go I've been skydiving.
I want to go skydiving.
I want my pilot's license.
I want to get a boat and also fly with you in a plane.
That's all the time we have today on Quick Question. Tune in next week.
Make sure to follow us on all the socials. We're at QuickQPod. Like us on Facebook. And remember, Sky Law trumps all.
Quick question.
Do you find it difficult to feel truly alive? Of course you do. Being an adult sucks. There's your job and bills and possibly other responsibilities that are all crushing your spirit. That's why you need to get out there and get that adrenaline pumping. Perhaps you want to partake in some extreme sport and or activity, but your loved ones don't approve. Don't let their lack of support make you abort that dream. Instead, call me, Cy, the alibi guy. Is your mother fretting that you want to jump out of a plane? Don't worry about it. Do you want to go bungee jumping, but your wife keeps asking, what about your back condition? No problem. Are your friends cross that you want to try motocross? Get out of here. Leave those problems to me. I can make your planned activity seem like some kind of team-building exercise or business retreat. You know, the kind of crap other adults want to believe is real. Let's face it, nothing says I'm still here like tempting your fate and misleading the people who care about you. So go on. Base jump in the face of death, but call me first. It's Cy, the alibi guy, and our lives are extreme!
Cy, the alibi guy, is not responsible for your irresponsibility. Mortality is not an illusion.